Welcome to Kung Fu Habit number 2. This is my final martial arts demonstration video for today and tonight. It is currently 11:23. So I'm taking out the dogs. As you can see, it's totally silent. It's just me. And we're going to do this thing. And I'm going to talk to y'all real quick. Alright? So the first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be in your life. And I hope to teach you as well as learn something from you. Alright? And a lot of you guys think of martial arts, you think of ninjas and Shaolin monks and things like that. And every now and again you get people who think of UFC. Alright. So, all those things are great. And you also think of wrestling. Which again, all those things are great. But if you take a deep dive, you start thinking about weapons. So you guessed it. This video is about weapons. However, it's not about the weapons you're expecting. You're expecting me to whip out some nunchucks or some bow staffs and shit like that. And they are great. Understand that they are great. But understand the James Williams Jr. rule of fighting. A weapon is an advantage that can be taken from you at any time. So, the question is it better to be able to work weapons or be the weapon? The answer is really quite simple. It is better to be the weapon. Your body is the ultimate weapon. It is the ultimate killing machine. It is the one thing above all else that, besides a bullet to the head or disfigurement by a sword or a knife or anything that can sharply impale you or eviscerate you, your human body is the perfect weapon. Let me explain that for those who are behind the 8 ball. 1. Without a hand, you can't make a fist. Without a hand, you can't have that sword in which you are swinging. Without the elbow that's attached to the hand, which is a part of the arm, which is attached to the shoulder, you can have all the swords you want until I take it from you. The perfect training is to train under the assumption that your opponent has a weapon. The perfect training is to understand that your job is to not get hurt by his weapon. Now, here's the problem. I'm your fucking opponent. I'm a whole lot better with my hands and feet than any weapon you've seen me do on these videos. And there's a reason for that. Weapons are great. They're an extension of your flow, extension of your energy, the chi, if you would. It helps you cultivate shit when you use a weapon. When you whirl those nunchucks or when you whirl that staff and you whirl the hook swords or spin the size around your finger, you feel like you have superpowers. Same thing with the kamas. Any weapon that you put in your hand, even tonfas, make you feel superior in battle. But you fail to understand the concept of the weapon is a tool. It is not the weapon in which you think. That is a weapon. That is a weapon. This is a weapon. And your fists are weapons. Those are your essential and only weapons that you will actually need in a fight. If you are taught well, you will win. If you are not taught well, you may still win. Because you don't know how good the person you are fighting is until the first punch connects. Alright? Or the first kick connects. And everybody's going to say, James, you're full of shit. And I'm going to tell those people, go get in a fight. I'm not saying go start a fight. I'm saying go get in a fight. Go get in a fight with your average Joe who's not a gun-toting son of a bitch like most people are in America today. Go get into a fight with a guy who actually knows how to fight. And then you're going to question yourself, especially if you lose. Was James right? Or do I need to go get a gun too? James doesn't believe in guns. Now, if I have to have a gun in the movie set, it's not something that I'm comfortable with. I hate guns. I've had a couple of gun violences in my family. I've had a couple of family members murdered by guns, and I've been through this since I was a child, so I don't like fucking guns. So, like, if it's a ray gun, I'm okay with it, but if it's like a real gun, I would prefer not. I do have toy guns. You know, I was taught how to disarm people, with the toy guns. Do I think that you should practice disarming people with guns? Fuck no. Because 9 times out of 10, when somebody's going to shoot you, boom. You don't see it coming. You don't even see the gun. Most of the time people pull a gun out is because they're trying to scare you. But they're actually scared themselves, which is why you're going to get shot. Alright? The guy's shaking while he's getting ready to rob you, he's probably going to shoot you too. Just because he's going to get scared. You might sneeze or fart and you might get shot. As soon as you sneeze or fart because you're scared, he's scared, you're both fucking scared, somebody's going to get shot. Simple as that. I'm here to teach you to prevent that by telling you the truth of the matter of a fight. First thing you need to do is know how to fight. If you do not know how to fight, then you need to know how to run. Alright? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just telling you, if you don't know how to fight, you need to know that you don't know how to fight. If you don't know how to run, you will learn. But if you don't know how to fight, you can learn. But it would be a good piece of advice to actually know how to fight before you shoot off your mouth. It would be a good piece of advice to know how to fight before someone punches you in the mouth. Because if you're shooting off your mouth and you don't know how to fight and you piss off the right guy, somebody's going to sleep with a fat lip, or a concussion, or a contusion, or you might go to sleep permanently if you can't protect yourself. Fetal position is good because it protects all of your core, but good broken rib, punctured lung, shit happens. Which goes back to, you might want to learn how to fight before you shoot off your mouth. Now I know you're all thinking, well James, we've never seen you fight. We've seen some of your films and shit, because my fighting days all happened in the projects. And from the age of 6 to 12, that's pretty much where it really ended until I was 15, where I had that whole 1 week where I had to fight. I'm done talking. Now we're going to talk about your weapons manifesting themselves in your training. You will have go-to moves. You will have moves that are second nature that you will always revert back to no matter what. I have those same go-to moves. Watch carefully for my Kung Fu front kick, side kick combo. Front, side. Now for karate, front, tap, step, side. Same thing I learned in Taekwondo. Alright? Now, let's say there's a guy here and there's a guy here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So, those are my go-to moves. Now, when I was younger, it looked a lot fucking better than that. Now that I'm almost 50, things have to adapt and adjust. And plus, I had a hip replacement, and I need another hip replacement. And I was on the shelf for 3.5 years because the doctor said, no Kung Fu, no Wushu, no Wing Chun, nothing. So training in secret wasn't even a fucking option. So here's what you need to know. Your hand speed, boom. Your hand speed needs to be there. Your blocking speed, your technique needs to be there. So, in a lot of Kempo and Kung Fu, when someone throws a punch and they're coming this way while I'm in a Wing Chun stand, if it's a left jab, I'm going to block it, I'm going to break it, I'm going to slide up the arm, and I'm going to hit them in the throat. I'm going to block it, break it, and slide down the arm and hit them in a rib, because that is the closest target. Then I'm going to pull them, after I've struck them here, and I'm going to pull them this way, and I'm going to take a knee. The closest knee to them, Kung Fu. Farthest knee from them, Karate. Understand how that works? So, boom, 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 Kung Fu, boom, Karate. I know you're just saying, we just seen you use the same elbow. Okay, check it. This is Kung Fu. When I pull him, precise, knee, target. Boom, there. I've already broke the elbow because he threw the jab. So he threw the jab, I broke it. Now I'm pulling him. I can elbow him or I can knee him. I chose to knee him. So I broke the elbow, I'm pulling, knee. Now elbow. Why is it the same elbow? Because it's the same side, which Kung Fu is directness, where Karate is power. Now for Karate, he threw the punch, broke it, pulling, driving my knee into his gut. Now, my body has twisted a little bit, so for a powerful hit, it's going to be Karate. I'm going to come back with the same elbow that I used for Kung Fu, and you can clearly see the difference between the two. Now, if I want to do a Kung Fu elbow from that position after I kneed him, it's the elbow that's right on the same leg, and it's also on the same plane as what's left of his body. Understand? You have to understand your weapons is your body. Now, let's say I break the elbow and I pull, and I short elbow him here. Still Kung Fu. I know you're thinking, that would be more Karate. No, it would be more Kung Fu. Because I kneed him and I pulled him. As I knee him, the elbow's right there. No wasted motion. For Kung Fu, that would be that. For karate, after I elbowed him, after I knee him, if I want to elbow him for karate, I'd have to spin all the way around to get the momentum for that. In that time, he beat that guy away and fucked me up. So you have to understand how your weapons work. Your foot, you have many different kicks. You have... I might need to stand further back so y'all can get a full body shot. You have many different kicks, you know, for your footwork. You know, so if you want to go down 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Understand? Or keep it simple. Boom, boom. Now for you smart asses that like to go high-low, I'm not a high-low kicker, I'm a low-high kicker. But for you, boom, boom. 9 times out of 10, it works better if you go low and then high, because you're kicking, he's coming forward, so you can just thrust him again. Where if you go high, he's falling backwards, so then you're just kicking nothing. So you're like, boom, boom, you know, unless he falls into like a backflip spinning crab thing, you just wasted a kick. You understand? But if he's coming, boom, boom, yeah, you changed it on him, because I just did Wing Chun there, here, and I changed on him. Then I could do it Taekwondo, boom, boom, you know, so I can do karate, boom, yeah, toe touch. Now, you'll figure out your shit. When you are in the midst of battle, your game plan should already be straight. But in case you don't, you know, you gotta know what works. Guys coming at you, you're in a standard stance, so you block ridge hand. Guys coming at you, you block ridge hand. Now you see, this was Kung Fu, this was karate. Because I blocked it to the outside, but the problem is, the ridge hand would not have landed. Because of this here, it's open, but he's in a position where he can get his left fist to my face before I can get my right hand to his. Understand? So in some aspects, I'm sorry, I'm more of a Kung Fu guy. Kung Fu works for me. I can't say it will work for you. I know what works for me. It's what I'm going to use. Now, earlier today I did a video about bound fighting. You have to have bound fighting to do the exact same thing to get your opponent in the direction that you want him to go in so that you can make your escape. Alright? Let me explain that. In the video earlier, when I did bound fighting, you know, I told you if you're not a good fighter, you want to escape and your hands are tied, you want to send your opponent in the opposite direction of your escape plan. Alright? So he's coming, boom! He's over there, you're going over here. Same thing with this way, boom! Now I'm going this way. I kicked him over this way. I'm not a good fighter, so I'm getting the fuck out of dodge. Now, these things happen. So, if I want to go this way, and I don't want to have to be able to escape from this way, then I'm going to do an inside to outside crescent kick to put him over here, and that way I can take off. So he's coming, boom! You know, he's over this way. I shift just a little, and I'm gone. Same thing over here. Boom! I shift just a little, and I'm gone. You have to learn how your weapons work. You have to learn your escape plans. And again, before I end this video, it does not hurt to know how to fight before you get into a fight. Alright? So let's go with a block and escape. Boom! I pushed him off. Now he's over there far enough that I can turn and go. Same thing. Boom! You know, I'm avoiding conflict. I'm pushing him as far enough away from me with just enough pressure to get him the fuck off me so that I can get the fuck out of dodge. Learning your escape vector, learning how to fight, learning what you need in the middle of a fight might be too little too late. So this is why you practice over and over again and again, day after day for the win, you know. And then you do training. Like, you never see me do push-ups and shit like that because there's no point of me showing you that shit. And I often have to do certain push-ups because of my hip. Getting up and down is sometimes a problem. So I find ways to negotiate how not to hurt myself. So there's stools. It's a sturdy stool. I'll do them this way. If I feel like I need to work a little heavier or a little harder, then I'll do them on a decline. So that I'll be able to do stuff. Now, before we go, welcome to the Jackie Chan School of Fighting. If you are a good martial artist, you'll love fighting with inanimated objects. So sometimes you need a shield. Boom. Now you got the shield. Then you got a sword and a shield. Now, I did one of these things with a big umbrella. I did it with a little umbrella. But again, a weapon is an advantage that can be taken from you at any time. So, it would behoove you to know the human weapon is the most dangerous weapon that you have. I understand that. Your fist, your elbows, your forearms, your knees, and your feet. These instruments of destruction are what you need before you ever put a sword in your hand, a bow staff, tonfas, sais, nunchucks, commas. Before you put any weapon in your hand, you may want to learn how to use your hands. I'm James Weeps Genius, Kung Fu number 2. BC and you.